Battalion, attention!
Warriors lead the way!
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? In respect for the following ceremony, we ask that you silence your cell phones and remain quiet for the raising of our nation's flag and the POW MIA flag. Service members have been fighting to secure the freedoms of American citizens since the founding of the United States. However, it's been more than 200 years for our country to recognize those who were held as prisoners of war or on missions in action. In 1979, President Jimmy Carter established the National POW MIA recognition. Each subsequent president has issued an annual proclamation commemorating the third Friday in September as a day of remembrance.
Ready. Step. Ready. Step. Ready. Step. Ready. Step. Freeze it! Park! Order! Halt!
Warrior Nation, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready. Space. Forward.
Battalion, stand at ease!
Today, POW MIA ceremonies are held around the world. All national POW MIA Recognition Day ceremonies seek to honor those who were held captive by enemy forces, as well as those who remain missing. We fly the POW MIA flag, symbolizing the nation's remembrance of those who were imprisoned while serving and those who still haven't been brought home. We, as a nation, pledge our steadfast commitment to achieve the fullest possible accounting for our unaccounted loved ones. Presently, more than 82,000 Americans remain missing from the World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Cold War, and the Gulf Wars combined. The Black POW MIA board by the flagpole lists the 478 Mainers still missing in action from World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. At this time, Vietnam War veteran Mr. Steve Colbath, escorted by Cadet Rachel Creswell, will lay a wreath honoring the 11 Maine service members still missing in action from the Vietnam War. Vietnam War veteran Mr. James Appleton, escorted by Cadet Aiden Trafton, will now lay a wreath honoring the 45 Mainers still missing in action from the Korean War.
Forward, march.
Vietnam veteran Mr. David Creswell, escorted by Cadet Gabe Randall, will now lay a wreath in honor of the 422 Mainers still missing in action from World War II. Please rise for the playing of the taps.
Battalion, attention!
War is leading the way!
Present arms! Order, arms! Battalion, stand at ease.
Vietnam War veteran Mr. Steve Colbath would now like to read a poem about the American flag.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, students, cadets. It gives me a great honor to be here today to participate in this ceremony. It's very beautiful. I got a poem that I'd like to read. It's about our American flag. There's a lot of history behind that flag. There's a lot of good men that paid the ultimate sacrifice for that flag in our country. Some people don't really understand what our flag stands for. And this little poem right here that I have will help you to remember what our flag stands for. The name of the poem is The Other Protester. A protest raged on the courthouse lawn. Around a makeshift stage they charged on. 1,500 or more, they say, had come to burn that flag that day. A boy held up the folded flag, cursed it and called it a dirty rag. A man pushed through that angry crowd with an old gun shouldered proud. His uniform jacket was old and tight. He had polished each button shiny and bright. He crossed the stage with a military grace until he and the boy stood face to face. Freedom of speech. The old man broke the silence. Freedom of speech is worth dying for. Good men are gone, they live no more. Also, you can stand on the courthouse lawn and ramble on from dusk to dawn. But before that flag gets burned today, this old veteran is going to have his say. My father died on foreign shore, a war they said would end all wars. Tommy and I weren't full grown before we fought in a war of our own. Tommy died on Iwo Jima Beach, in the shadow of a hill he couldn't reach, where 5 good men raised this flag so high, the whole world could see it fly. I got this bum leg and I still drag, fight for this same old flag. But one shot in this old gun, so now it's time to decide which one. Which one will you follow our lead, to stand and die for what you believe? A boy who had called it a dirty flag handed the veteran the folded flag. The crowd got quiet as they walked away to talk about what they heard that day. So the battle for the flag this day was won by a loyal veteran with a single gun. These colors will never, never run. It is the veteran, not the preacher, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us the freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to assemble. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politicians, who have given us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes a flag, who served under a flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag. Thank you.
Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mary Netter, and I'm really proud to be the principal at Nokomis Regional High. First, I'd like to thank our members of our current and former members of our armed services for joining us this morning, but more importantly, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you to our JROTC. I think this is such an important ceremony. These are the experiences that you'll remember and the opportunity to learn. And I know when we've done this ceremony for, I think, 25 years, and I think it's so important that we pause and remember and learn about the stories. Thank you, Colonel Clark, for setting the stage for these opportunities to happen, for us to come together as a community to remember. I know just last weekend, members of our JROTC Corps hiked Mount Katahdin in honor of 9/11, the 20th anniversary. And they've been a leading charge in establishing this event. It was an idea from New Hampshire that here in Maine, right here at Nokomis, we've carried forward to get all the peaks at Maine to have a flag flying on it for 9/11. It's an incredible event, and it's important that you remember. Part of the activity of this ceremony is that our cadets learn about the Maine members who are prisoners of war or missing in action, and they have provided slides. You know, and sometimes when we talk about important events, being from small towns, maybe it's someone that we don't know or it feels distant or someone else. But as you read those names and those slides, you can see across our country and across our great state of Maine, from Aroostook to Biddeford to Standish to Calais, there are members of Maine, Mainers who have served and who are lost, but they're not forgotten. our own community. Second Lieutenant Richard Fred Lucas served in the United States Army from St. Albans, Maine. Second Lieutenant Lucas, who joined the U.S. Army from Maine, served with the 7th Infantry Division. He was killed on July 9th as his unit attempted to dislodge Chinese troops from the crest of Pork Chop Hill. Conditions on the battlefield prevented the immediate recovery of his body, and U.S. forces never again controlled the hill, which became part of the demilitarized zone. Second Lieutenant Lucas, we thank you for your service, and we remember you. Again, thank you for joining us for the ceremony today. And again, our veterans, please accept our thanks because you defend us, you support our flag, and you do ensure that we have the rights and freedoms that we all enjoy as American citizens. Thank you for coming today.
Battalion, attention!
Orders lead the way!
Battalion, stand at ease.
All right, guys, good job today. I know it's kind of hard because it was on a bit of a short notice, and with regulations now and classes, it's kind of hard to get everybody out here to practice. But you guys did a good job. You're all on short notice. You guys stepped up to the challenge. You guys are all out here, and it's a good way to remember everyone that made a sacrifice for us. Just by being here today, you are showing that you actually care. Okay? So thank you guys.
So just when you don't attention, fall out, and you go to your respective classes. Let 2-3s, you guys are under the flagpole all day long. So let 2-3s report up to here to start a class, and you're under the flagpole right here.
Attention!
Orders lead the way!
Follow!
We start replacing. Huh? We start replacing.
Okay.